Roger Clemens trial is continuing.
Oh shit!
So how do y'all feel about that?
Put him next to OJ.
How do y'all feel about that?
Well, I feel the same way.
If they ain't got him now, they ain't gonna get him. That's how I feel.
Well, say up to 30 years.
He's going to jail. Barry Bonds going to jail.
You think he's going to jail?
I don't think he's going to jail. I really don't. I think he's going to find a loophole and he's going to side.
I mean, Andy Pettit did steroids and he's back playing baseball.
Either way, he's not going to get what he wants, which is his reputation back.
No,
he's never going to make the Hall of Fame. Okay. He's never going to be in there. He considers, he wanted to be the greatest pitcher of his generation. He wanted to and he won't.
I keep thinking of that audio when he was arguing with that senator. Senator, I did not do.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. He wants to be known as the greatest pitcher of his generation, and he basically blew it. The same with Barry Bonds. I mean, your reputation is all you have in the end. Yeah. Okay, and if you're known as a cheater, look at Alex Rodriguez. He just tied one of the most impressive records in baseball history.
And that's what I was actually trying to tell Vinny. I was like, that when you're talking about 23 grand slams.
All right,
that is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Lou Gehrig retired in the 30s. All right,
23 grand. That's amazing.
This is 70, almost 80 some odd years later, and that record still stood. And for him to break it, and basically it got a big old yawn.
Well, he tied it. He tied it.
And it's just like, who cares?
Yeah, that's bogus.
You're a cheater. You're not going to go into the Hall of Fame. You're going to have there's going to be a little corner of the Hall of Fame where they put all the steroid guys.
But I was about to say, at the end of the day, damn near everybody who's been great the last 10 years has had a steroid issue.
Yeah. This whole era is going to be, if you've been...
It's because of the fall of the sport.
The only person that I can think of that's going to get away from all of this is Griffey. Griffey Jr. Okay. Griffey Jr. is the only one that pretty much has come out of this unscathed.
Yeah, he has been clean.
Everybody else is basically, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah. Well, fellas, we are at 43 minutes. We're doing good. We're going to wrap this thing up, tie it off. We're going to end up with a little...
Any other sports?
A little NFL news.
Euro soccer.
Oh,
no, we don't.
No, not that.
No Euro soccer.
Shout out to LT.
LT, long live LT.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
The other LT.
Right. There.
Well, he was second in rushing touchdowns, third in total touchdowns by running back, fifth on the all-time list of rushing yards. I mean, and they will argue actually. Stephen King was arguing he was probably the best all-around running back in NFL history.
Absolutely, all purpose.
So what? But the question is, was he better than Marshall? That's the question.
Marshall Faulk?
Yes.
So that's a very good question.
That is good.
That's a very good
And he also holds the most touchdowns in a single season with 31.
And he had 2 rushing titles.
But the question is, who would you rather have?
LT.
Marshall or LT? Really?
I think I like LT. I don't know. I think he's a little bit.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Both of
I'm
these guys
thinking
are
about both
great.
of them, and I like Marshall Faulk too.
And they're all-purpose backs.
I mean, LT. It's easy to say LT because it's more recent in our mind. Yeah, it's more current.
But Marshall Faulk.
No, but Marshall Faulk, he has some great years.
Well, LT will forever live as a guy who didn't get no rings because dealing with the San Diego Chargers.
And you got to think about it. He did all this shit in 11 seasons.
Remember, the Falcons drafted LT. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
With the 4th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons select LaDainian Tomlinson from the University of TCU University.
They didn't need him. They had work done.
Well, they
Warren was still in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Who did they have? Who was their running back? Jamal Anderson?
Let's not go down that road.
Hit the dirty bird.
Here we go. Tebow-ites.
Eugene Robinson.
Eugene Robinson has just been seen in Pittsburgh, downtown area of Atlanta, searching for more prostitutes.
How's San Antonio doing?
Well, he still hasn't reported.
Talking about he can't don't do too much working out right
He's
now.
Still whining
it's still early, man. Why are we doing all this work?
Well, actually, if you want to get a report, I can give you a report right now. Jets wide receiver coach says it is a complete shock how much that is given to the San Antonio Holmes not being in practice right now. He is in complete shock.
I think it was a statement he made when they were doing OTAs. He's talking about, why are we going so hard? It's not that time yet. Like, You don't say that publicly, even if you feel that way.
Hey, man.
That's why he's not talking to the press now. He's not talking to the press.
Somebody finally like, yeah.
Well, the coach said, every day in practice, I make it a point to tell the receivers, if you feel any muscle issues, we are going to proceed on this side of caution, especially in June. And he also mentions that Santonio Holmes has been hurting. So, hey, lay off the guy.
I think by the end of the season, he won't be the number one anymore.
Who would be the number one?
Steve Hill.
Georgia Tech.
Watch out.
Well, I heard that Chad Shillings is looking.
I'm about to say Chad Shillings.
Chad Shillings is really, really fast.
Yeah. He's really, really tall as well.
Right. Yeah, he's shown a lot.
I don't think Santonio will be the number one.
So what is all right? I know I'm jumping ahead a lot, but what are y'all Super Bowl picks right now? Just off GP, just off of thoughts.
Draft picks.
Off right now, just on the
record.
record.
It won't be the Giants. They won't make the playoffs. That's the usual MO.
Yeah, they win and then they disappear.
So your NFC team is who? I know. So the Giants and Saints are crossed off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, if the Saints don't sign Drew Brees, it's over.
Well, I think eventually they're gonna work that out. But I'm leaning them Eagles, man. They figured it out.
But see, you know what though? The problem I had with Eagles, they always look good on paper.
But they figured it out at the end of the season.
It's hard for me to trust Michael Vick as a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
It's not even Michael Vick.
I don't think it's
I gotta see their linebacking core.
True.
I'm sorry. Did we forget about their linebacking?
I think a lot of people forget about that.
Like they got secondary.
But they did get somebody.
Secondary. Hold on.
They got what's his name from Houston?
D'Amico Ryan. They got D'Amico Ryan.
And they drafted guys, but still, these are unproven cats.
So who do y'all have in the NFC?
You know I'm going with the Falcons, baby.
Well, I'm
over
sorry.
the Lions.
Yep.
Wow.
Lions got too many issues.
We
got too many off the field.
Listen,
Lions aren't half as mature as the Falcons. They got to still grow
you talking about Matty Ice who never won a playoff game?
Oh yeah, he'll get it this year.
The Tony Romo,
and guess what? If they see them Jets, it's a wrap.
Ooh.
I guarantee it.
Matty,
I would put a check on it.
Matty.
I would put a check.
Hey, I would love to see your check, I would love.
I don't think you're about to break the bank.
He bounces a lot.
I definitely
right. So you got the Falcons. Hold on, we're gonna start off with you. So you got the Falcons in the NFC.
In the NFC.
So in the AFC, who are you rolling with?
Woo!
Talking about the Texans? Are you on the Texan bandwagon?
bandwagon?
Are you on the Ben Roethlisberger?
You on the Patriots? Genius
Haley?
train?
You got the Haley over there running the offense?
I'm gonna take a blind step and I'm gonna say Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. You like that? You like Haley?
No. I'm just going off of history. Pittsburgh always have a way of making it to the big game. You be like, where the fuck did they come from?
Yeah.
And they didn't do it last season. It was the Patriots. You know what I mean?
And they lost a big game to Tebow.
Yeah, they lost.
Terrible defensive call. By
I think Mike Tomlin is still going to be
terrible defensive call. Well, that's why he got fired. That's why he retired. Dick LeBeau retired.
Yeah. Okay, Ike Taylor should have retired.
What? Well, no, it wasn't Ike Taylor's fault. First of all, your free safety can't play in Denver because he has.
Oh yeah, because he can't.
Yeah, because
he's sickle cell.
Yeah, he has sickle cell, and
who was that?
And he had to get one of his
Ryan Clark.
Yeah, Ryan Clark. So okay, so you're starting free. Stop.
He still got burned.
Stop.
At the end of the day,
Vinny.
They got rid of everybody.
Vinny, you have to be smart.
Ike Taylor's not good.
Vinny, you have to be smarter than that.
Ike Taylor's not good though.
I just want you to be smarter than that.
Okay.
Right.
I want you to tell me if you would have Ike Taylor on your team. I wouldn't. If you do, go ahead.
I have him as secondary coach.
Vinny,
coach.
you're not realizing.
He has good experience.
First of all, you have to understand when you're running a cover one defense. I know you know this talk because you played football. I didn't, but I can still talk to you football. When you run a cover one defense, you usually have that safety over the top in the middle of the field. Yeah. So what do you play? You play the under route because you have that safety over the top.
The safety did a terrible job.
So how is that Ike Taylor's fault?
Okay, if you're Ike Taylor, you're a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. He's been to the Pro Bowl.
It's not well.
Demaryius Thomas. This is his first year. Am I wrong?
Demaryius, yeah.
This is Demaryius Thomas' first year. He's a rookie.
Does he not get it?
I get it totally. Then
why are you even arguing this? It was a bad defensive call. Just say
it was a horrible.
It was a terrible defensive call.
But Ike Taylor, he also could have made the tackle. It wasn't like he got totally outran. He could have made the tackle. He did it.
All right, let's get back on task.
All right, so Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. What you got?
For the NFC's tough, man. A lot of good teams. I'm thinking. I'm really looking at the Packers. I think the
Packers again
coming back around.
I think the Packers might come back
around. I can dig that.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love that receiver.
Nobody doesn't love him
because they had linebackers.
He's the sweetheart of the
NFL. They have a good defense. They had a lot of injuries last year.
They had a lot of injuries, right?
And I think that
and the secondary didn't play as well as the year before.
But they're about to put Chuck at safety.
Well, I'm saying they lost the
free safety.
That's going to be great.
Great.
Because I'm a definitely diehard Charles Woodson, University of Michigan shout out.
Well, Nick Collins got injured for the whole entire season.
Yeah.
So AFC.
It's tough.
Come on, New Yorker. Come on.
Of course I want to say the Jets. Of course I do.
But why won't you?
Of course I do. Because I have to see it to believe it.
So who do you have? Are you one of those Texan guys? I'm not.
You're looking for a Texan guy.
I'm looking for a Texan guy. One of those people who believe the hype.
Texas will win 9 games.
I'm not all the way on Texas. I think they'll win the division, no doubt.
9 games?
No doubt.
So they're going to beat out Dallas.
Well, no. They're in the division.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right.
They're going to beat out Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
I think Tennessee. I think you're sleeping on Tennessee. But anyway,
Chris Johnson will have a great year.
Continue, because I think Jake Locklear might win that job, and watch out. But anyway, go.
Yes.
Continue. So who do you have in the AFC?
Good luck to Jake Locker. In the AFC, I'm probably gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Ravens. That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick.
That's not a bad pick. They're gonna miss Terrell Suggs.
Raven. They really are. Yeah, now they said, because he was talking all that crap. He was like, "Oh well, I'll be back in November." Now they said, well, he's probably not going to be back in November. We're looking at like January.
He'll be back for Christmas.
Well, I can say this. Like the drafting Courtney Upshaw, he's not Terrell Suggs. He's far from it.
But that's a good person.
I think it's a good.
It'd be good development for him too.
So Green Bay,
he better be better than Sergio Kindle.
Sergio Kindle is done.
So you got Green Bay and the Ravens. All right. Like I already said, the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are gonna. I've been saying it for the last 10 years.
I just don't.
Shout out to Mike Vick.
Eagles, Jets. Like I've been saying it for the last 10 years. I've been getting ripped for
Eagles, Jets.
I'm sticking to it.
I'm
Jets.
not mad at that because I think the Jets are going to take a step forward.
And I think a lot of people are remember the Jets playing the NFC West this year. All right. Once again, they stopped. I mean, the last time they played the NFC West when Brett Favre was there, cursed that day.
Yeah.
But we lost all 4 of those games. And remember, it was consecutive West Coast trips, and that's not gonna happen anymore. Mm-hmm. Our toughest game is gonna be that. Who's in the AFC? Oh, that 49ers game. We're going to San Francisco.
I was about to say nobody said anything about the Niners.
Yeah, because we're going to San
Francisco.
We're going to San Francisco in October, at the end of October.
They got all those receivers.
But that's what I'm going with. Jets, Eagles. That's me.
Lou.
Well, I like the Niners. That was a team that I like because they're bringing everybody back on defense.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That's big.
They signed both of those safeties.
They made sure everybody's back, and Randy Moss just doesn't suck. He still got something left.
I can't come to trust Alex Smith.
I'm certainly.
You don't like Colin Kaepernick?
But I think I think that he's going to be capable enough to get them to where they have to go because again they have that defense.
Really.
You got Frank Gore and Brandon Jacobs.
They're very underrated.
You can say the same thing about the Giants.
Okay, so the Niners in the NFC, so in the AFC,
and the Jets.
Niners and the Jets.
Thank you for just taking a stance and just taking your team. He was over here waffling.